Hi everyone, and welcome to my channel, Your Favorite Eagle. And today I have something quite different to show you, a small project that I've been working on for DCS, a mod for the Strike Eagle called Goose WSO guy. So let me just jump here in the cockpit quickly. There we go. We're in the cockpit, and as you know, just like the F-14 Tomcat module has Jester, I thought, it would be cool to have a similar mod where you're flying the Strike Eagle, but you also have somebody behind you, the weapon system officer. So a WSO that would perform tasks, help you with navigating stuff, combat, doing checklists, etc. So I want to show you for the very first time the small mod that I've been working on for the last couple of weeks. Okay, so I just brought up the overlay. Give me just a second. Okay, I just brought up this overlay, and it's not going to look like this. This is the very first version of Goose WSO, and the reason I named it Goose because I have a friend that we've been flying for I think just over a year. Actually, if not like maybe a year and a half together in DCS, and I wanted to give you some credit, and he's been always there for me. And so I wanted to call the WSO Goose. All right, so in case if you're wondering. But anyways, this mod, just like Jester in the F-14, this mod, Goose WSO, will do a lot of stuff for you in the cockpit. So imagine that you actually have a WSO and you're not flying solo. Goose can do anything from startups, and again, he's not also just a WSO, but he can be your co-pilot. He can do anything from doing engine start, running, and later, by the way, I'm going to implement a lot of other cool features. But he's gonna do what a real WSO would do in real life. So running over checklist, doing air-to-ground sensor management work, weapon programming delivery, defensive systems such as with the TEWs, the tactical electronic warfare system. So what a real WSO would do in real life, you would have Goose do the same thing for you, but in DCS for the Strike Eagle by Razbam, if you still own this model. So I want to show you, I want to run this test for the very first time with you. A quick disclaimer, it's still a work in progress. This is the very first version that I'm showing to you. So the sound that you're going to hear from Goose is going to be a bit robotic, but at the end of this video, I will show you a real sound, a human sound that I was working on that's going to take the role of Goose. Okay, so bear in mind, if you want to laugh, please go ahead. It's going to be funny because you're going to hear a robot. There's going to be a few bugs, so it's not fully complete, like I mentioned. Probably we're looking at about, I don't know, maybe about 2-3 weeks until we release the first public version for the community of for the DCS community. So, but how about we just give it a go? So I have this overlay open. So there's a keybind that's gonna let you open this overlay, and I'm gonna say, okay, let's just start up. So I'm gonna ask before engine start. And bear in mind, I'm not clicking anything. So Goose is doing everything for me.
Copy. Running the before start checklist. Mic switch on. Set. Anti-collision lights on. Set. Position lights. Setting up the radar. Conformal tanks. Stop transfer. Setting up the radar. Inlet ramps. Auto. Set. Set. CAS switches on. Set. Setting up the radar. Setting up the radar. Oxygen on. Set. Generators on. Set. Setting up the radar. Emergency generator auto. Set. Engine control switches on. Setting up the radar. Set. Engine masters on. Set. Set. Jet fuel starter switch on. Set. ECS auto. Setting up the radar. Before start checklist complete. Ready for engines.
Okay, before the engines start complete, ready to start the engines. So I know you've noticed he said a few times setting up the radar. That's a bug. That's okay. I'm still debugging the first version, but how about we just ask him to. So I don't know if you've noticed, but he was just pretty much clicking and doing all the buttons for you. Again, we're gonna actually make it a little bit more realistic. So we will have the option for the complete engine start, but most importantly, Goose the WSO guy would do the checklist for you, but you're gonna have to confirm and check that every item on the checklist before engine start, before taxi, landing, takeoff, everything is going to be done by you, and Goose is going to be confirming that for you. So let's go ahead, start up, and let's do actually the engine start.
Copy. Starting her up. Hands off the back bit. Fuel knob, tank 1. Pulling the JFS handle.
Green light, there we go. He just pulled the JFS handle.
Right finger lift.
There we go, so he... Okay. Engines are spooling. Waiting for the engine control panel, there you go.
Right throttle to idle, pilot.
Okay, right throttle to idle pilot. So he's asking me to bring it to idle. So number 2, idle. In the meantime, we're going to be monitoring the hydraulic, the power, and the oil pressure while the engines are being spooled up. Stabilize at 6870, and then we start with number 1.
Right engine looks good. Left finger lift.
Fine. Right engine, say number 2 looks good, and starting with number 1. Okay, you can see number 1 is spooling.
Left throttle to idle.
Okay, he's telling me to move the left throttle to idle. There we go. And while he's doing that, like I mentioned, there's going to be a lot that this WSO mod is going to do for you. Navigation, flight management, situational awareness. So he's going to be managing the AN/ARPG 70 radar, the elevation, the azimuth. He's going to be tracking targets for you. So I'm going to try to make this as realistic as it can, as if you really have a real weapon system officer sitting right behind you.
Startup complete. Jet is yours.
Okay, startup complete. Jet is mine. As you've noticed, he didn't turn on the displays because, I mean, he can't really reach with his hand, so I'm going to do it myself. I'm going to turn on the displays. Put the visor on. No, not going to help. Anyways, brightness of the UFC and the HUD. And we're going to jump to the second, to the WSO guy for a second. Okay, so he didn't do his checklist, which he should be. And again, this is just the first version, so this will be implemented. But I do want to show you how he can control some of the systems here in the back. So let me bring the overlay back up. There you go. And we'll go sensors. And let's say T-pod active.
Pod is hot. Laser armed. Pod ready. Give me a target.
Okay, so you notice that he just moved the T-pod to the targeting pod to the on position. Laser is armed. Give me a target. Eventually, Goose will find targets for you. He's going to be giving you the callouts. For like any kind of needles you're picking up on the radar. If it's an air-to-air, he's going to be saying, okay, at the single ship, 2 ship, hostile, whatever, at this bullseye. So he will be making these callouts for you in this mod. So again, this is just a work in progress. All right, let's see what else we can do. So we're going to go defense and intercounter measuring system on. So let's do that.
Bringing my displays online.
You just notice he moved the ICS, the internal counter measuring system to on, and the RWR to on. And let's move the CMDs as well. So CMD auto.
Countermeasures to auto. I've got the flares.
Countermeasures to auto. There we go. So he did that as well. And let's do the ECM for jamming. ECM transmit.
Music on. Jamming.
Jamming. There you go. Okay, so pause are on. So if you've noticed, and there's a lot here. Here's another one. For example, well, let me just kind of zoom in. I can zoom in. All right, we're in air-to-air mode, so you can see in the back seat it says A/A, which is air-to-air mode, and let's ask him to go to air-to-ground mode. So we're gonna go master modes, and then AG, and he switches to air-to-ground mode. We can confirm it in the pilot seat. It is an AG air-to-ground mode, and same thing with nav mode.
Goose online. Ready in the back seat.
Goose is online, ready in the back seat. Okay, it's a bug, but I'll fix it. And here it is. It's in nav mode. Confirming. There we go. Nav mode. Okay. So there's going to be a lot of other features. I'll definitely change this UI. This is again the very first version, so I'll make it nice and smooth and intuitive, and try to get this WSO mod as realistic as it can be. So finally. I think this is what the community wanted to have probably for a long time. At least I do. I've been flying the Strike Eagle for nearly 2 years probably, and so finally getting somebody in the back and helping you with some stuff, because it's a fully capable aircraft to do a lot of interesting and cool stuff area and air ground. So lastly, like I promised, I want to show you. I want to sound the most likely real voice of how Goose is going to be interacting. So here's how Goose would do like a checklist, startup checklist procedure. So just listen to this. Let me actually close the canopy for a second, so you can hear it better. Okay, and I'm just going to play the checklist.
Mic on, anti-collision lights set, fuels stop transfer, inlets auto, cast switches on. Gens left and right, on. Engine control switches, left and right, on. Engine masters, uncaged, left and right, on. JFS, on. AC's auto, and pulling starter. Waiting on the green light, sir.
Okay, so that was that's going to be probably the sound for the first public version of Goose. If you have any suggestions, comments, feedbacks, I'd really love to hear. What do you think about this mod? I did an integrity check with multiplayer servers. It passes the integrity because it doesn't affect the files directly in real time. So you will be able to fly multiplayer and have finally a WSO guy behind you. And like I said, this is probably going to take maybe just a couple or a few weeks in development. It's what I showed you is the very first version. I'm going to be uploading more content and updates of this mod, and I'll share a Discord link later on in this channel. So looking forward for your feedback. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you in a bit.